And I thought it was weed.
And I thought it was weed. And then I noticed your Altoids container in the ashtray. So
Classic.
I opened it up,
Seen
and he's
that.
like, and he's laughing. He can't even get it out. He's laughing so hard. He's like, "You guys win the award. You're the first people to ever have Altoids in your Altoid box."
Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Riffs and
Rhythms Podcast.
My name is Kevin McLaughlin, and this is
Paul Robertson.
so glad to have you, Paul.
Yeah.
How the hell are you?
Great. Last episode. Holy cow. I don't know if I'm going to top Bryce's story about, porn stars and hedonism. I'm going to call my wife and let her know. Say, hey, we're booking a cruise.
Yeah,
Jamaica.
man. They close that place down, though. You can't.
Hey,
go.
you want to go on a cruise together?
Well, as long as you keep your pants on.
Are we going to be on stage?
Yeah, well, hell yeah, everywhere I go.
I'll tell you what, though. It's if it's naked musicians, I could see maybe playing behind a drum kit, but if it's an acoustic set,
If it's
I
naked,
feel-
if it's naked musicians, I'm going to I'm going to see a girl lead singer. That's what I.
There you
Well,
go.
well, I'll tell you what. If it's an all acoustic set, we are definitely not playing the cajon because that's on full display, and you got to be careful what box you're slapping there, and they could be in a splash zone area. So
Look at that, and look, he's got his pitch slap shirt on.
Hey.
that's right. Yeah. So the pitch slap shirt here. So
You can wear that.
yeah. So
There you go.
Yeah. So anyway, we got the guys back from Bryce Allen Band here. We got Chase and Bryce back here.
Hello.
So
Good to
thank
be
you
back.
for coming
Thanks for having
back.
us.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming back,
Yes.
yo.
Right,
Yes.
man.
Why not?
So Bryce, so you kind of referenced the shirt. Do you know the product or you just kind
Yeah, I'm gonna be totally honest. I just realized just now, dude.
Yeah.
Just now that I know that, and I'm actually rifling through my brain, thinking about where I heard from this, and dude. I guess I think I'm putting it together now.
you listened to the Drums and Rums podcast? That's where
yeah.
you heard it.
No, but even before that, no. I think it. Do you know Ryan? Also, I thought it was Ryan Weinfeld that might have told me about.
Wait,
Pitch
who?
Slap.
Wait, who?
A drummer friend of mine,
No. What's the last name?
Ryan Weidenfeld.
I don't know if it's the guys that one of the owners maybe is also Trevor Druschel, who maybe I don't know. We'll have to do a little
Maybe.
fact checking.
And-
Yeah.
Unless it was the drummer of Box Elder, Pat Boggs, that told me about Pitch Slap. But I definitely know that.
You know the name.
Yes, I know the name. It's Cajones and stuff too.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's pitch slap based out of?
West Palm.
Yeah. No, it is.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what drummer told me about it, but
Yeah.
great things, good things, and I'm just putting it together.
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
But it was quite a minute ago. He's been around. Pitch Slap's been around for a second.
I think for a bit. So the story is, so I met Trevor,
Trevor. Okay.
and he's I think also connected with I guess a couple other guys in their band that they
Mhm.
had a band called Scallywag.
I know the name. I don't know the guy.
Okay,
I've
got it.
seen it. Seen
Yeah.
it. Uh huh.
So they kind of get some things together, and they were kind of his whole story. And this is again a good crossover for Drums and Rums, right? So Trevor had him on the Drums and Rum podcast. They got a cool studio down in like the industrial park down by Rapids Water Park.
Oh, very
Yeah,
cool.
They have a
Yeah.
fucking awesome setup there,
Nice.
and they started making cajones, and it's a patent product, and they have a couple of ones that are. I don't feel like this is a product. Bands,
I gotta say, I've
brand,
they pay
brands,
for
bands,
this?
and booze here. We're doing.
I've
here.
got their slogan. Nothing sets things right like a good, solid pitch slap.
Hey.
Well, yeah. So they're products, right? The one that you see me play that you always talk about. Kevin likes talking about. He goes, "Oh, you brought your box to beat on."
He sits on stage with me and smacks his own box.
Hey man.
So that one, that model is called the lap dance because it's a lap.
Too funny,
Oh,
dude.
did
It's a dripper, dude. It's a full
Jeez,
dripper.
Wow, he's.
Next
I didn't know I
level.
was in the splotch zone here with
Next level joke.
Shamu here.
I'm
So
literally spilling
Yeah.
my Stolock whiskey.
we got a squirter
Man.
here, so geez, I didn't expect you're a squirter here. So, but
Yeah, I am a squirter.
yes.
Trust me.
But yeah, that product was right.
We were getting emotional before the show.
I know that we're all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now all of a
talk
sudden,
about up and down and all over the place.
Yeah,
here,
we were all
so,
coming in a little
yeah.
hot.
So yeah, that one.
no pun intended.
So anyway, I think we should probably move on now. So
To what? Oh, how about this? Look at this big old bottle right
it's
here.
almost
We're
empty
talking.
here.
This conversation is fueled by Stolock whiskey.
Yeah. So what do you think there, Chase? So you,
Amazing, dude. Thank
Chase,
you.
you're in.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
we've
in
got
on
a
it.
we've got a Stolock version here. Give us your
Nice.
reaction to the whiskey you're drinking.
look at the
right now.
camera there and say,
Yeah, amazing. Love it. thanks for sharing, by the way. And
Cheers.
It is
that's
good
a
enough to
sponsor.
drink.
That's,
That's, for
that's
sure.
a great sponsor.
Yeah.
That's great.
That is a good sponsor.
Yeah.
Tasty, real tasty.
You know.
Well, don't get ahead of ourselves just yet, Bryce. So we
Nice.
just get sponsored in the
Yeah,
bottles and
no.
not this yet.
It brings me back to I did a tour, about 3 or 4 tours with Be Liminal, and we were sponsored by Jägermeister. And
Oh fuck!
it was a good
Oh.
idea in theory, bro. But when you were out in the
Good idea.
field, it was
That's
a,
a horrific
it was
responsibility.
a record, bro.
Oh, Kevin's got some Jaeger stories.
I have a Jaeger bomb.
yeah.
I have a Jaeger story.
Bombs were it, bro. Jaeger bombs were it. That was
Oh
it,
no,
dude.
but let me tell you this.
Tales
Jaeger
from the
bombs were
road.
it. That's
Tales
we lived
from-
off Jaeger bombs.
Let
bro.
me tell you my
Tales
Jaeger
from the road.
This is well,
right.
probably yes,
All right.
because okay, so when Jaeger first came out, all right, I was working as a teenager in restaurants,
Mm-hmm.
and believe it or not, back when I was a kid, I had like really good hair. So I was a pot washer in the restaurants.
Okay.
16, 17
How do
years
you
old.
wash pot?
But so like the waitresses would like drag me out to the bars afterwards, and
And you hated it.
it was awful. But Jaeger just had come out, so
Yeah.
like I was
Wait, in
getting
the
Jaeger.
1970s?
No,
Yeah, when did Jaeger come out? About.
in the 80s,
Yeah,
early
right.
80s.
Okay. Okay.
So or maybe late 70s. It could have been. Stop that! Don't look at me that way. Anyway, what are we talking about? Anyway,
Jaeger and pot washing.
so I drank like.
You got plastered on Jaeger
Let's
when you
feed
were
the kid.
17.
Yeah, let's feed the kid Jaeger, who's not even supposed to be here. So I wake up the next morning, and it was 2 days later.
wow.
And the first thing I noticed was this incredibly loud scraping sound as I opened my eyes very slowly. And this huge, like, orange trail coming out from my face onto the ground. I'm like, how long ago did I
Yeah.
puke? And it was a week-long full-body hangover.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah.
It was horrific.
The liquid opiate, dude. Boy.
So
That sounds disgusting.
I never drank it again.
Of
No,
course
bro.
not.
No, but wait, that's not the end of the story.
Until the next time.
Come on now.
Until the
never
next time, bro. I see that look in your eye. Until the next time.
So now, fast forward like I don't know, 20 years,
And then
and I'm doing sound for some country band. What's the big, huge bar in West Palm that ended up being a country?
Renegades.
Yeah.
Nice one. Nice one.
So it was a difficult time in my life. I had just gotten divorced from a Southern girl,
Okay.
and she got back with a Southern guy, and
Oh God.
all the Nashville bus drivers sounded just like the dude that my wife was banging.
Oh man.
So
Hope we got some good songs out of that one.
So the bartender looks at me and goes, like, you look like you're not having a good day. Like, let me help you out. I'm like, no, I don't drink on the job, dude. He's like, yeah, you should.
He was showing, dude. He must have seen.
Yeah.
He saw
So
something you didn't see.
so he says, I'll make you a Jaeger. He's like, I can't get sleepy. He's like, I'll make you a Jaeger bomb.
Holy crap! Middle of the day, bro. Middle of the day.
This was probably 10 a.m.
Holy shit, dude. The sugar alone will curl you over.
no,
Just the
it-
sugar
well,
alone at that time.
Yeah.
It was musician 10 a.m. So it was
Okay.
really 2 o'clock.
It was really 2:30.
Because like I had gotten there at 9 a.m., set up all the
Yeah.
sound gear, and then the band. We were waiting for the bus to show up from Nashville, and the band was
Holy
setting up, and
moly.
was waiting for sound check, and so this bartender's like, and I was ready to just shoot everybody because
Yeah.
and so this bartender, and I was like, I don't drink on the job, and I definitely never drink Jaeger bomb, a Jaeger,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh, have you ever had a Jaeger bomb?
Yeah. Step it up.
Oh
And,
my
This
god.
fuck get
dude.
worse than Jaeger.
And he gave me this thing, and I drank it, and I liked it so much,
Dude.
it scared me.
My story exactly.
Oh.
My story exactly, bro. The next couple years, that was it. Jaeger bombs.
Oh my
The
god.
occasional car bomb, but mostly Jaeger bombs.
Car bomb. Now we're talking.
Oh, the Irish car bomb, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, we were all car bomb. We were a bomb band. We did bombs.
Yeah, but the
But those
Jaeger,
Jaeger
bomb,
bombs, bro. They call that the liquid opiate because the Red Bull jacks you up. You're all jacked up, and then the
And the-
Jaeger
the
kind of
Jaeger
smooths
is
you
the-
out,
yeah.
and you're in this thing, and then
You're on stage, adrenaline. You're like,
but then a lot of that,
it's
a
like
lot of
bumping
that.
and drinking,
Yeah, that was a good one, dude. I haven't had a drink in 13 years, and not because I had a drinking problem, but because I had a drug problem. and I never wanted to open the gateway to go back to doing
Yeah.
drugs by being drunk one night. But I was never a big drinker, really. I kind of gravitated towards weed when kids were drinking beer and stuff back in the day. I was always that kid that was just smoking weed and not really drinking that much. I tried, When I was a young kid, I was like a foo-foo and would drink like wine coolers because I hated beer. And then I realized you better just quit drinking, dude.
Yeah, that's for the best.
So I don't mind. I think drinking's great. I just wanted to clarify,
Well,
yeah, no.
well,
I'm just on the weed side of things, is all.
so
There you go.
Yeah.
do you mind talking a little bit about that?
Yeah,
Because
not at all.
I know that's there's, again, I know right now in the election for this year in Florida.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
on the
dude,
ballot,
it's
right?
going down. It's an exciting
Weed is
time.
on the ballot.
Yeah.
We can
Oh,
elect weed.
Yeah.
Recreational.
What is it? Amendment 3? Is it 3? I
Yeah.
just saw the commercial.
So,
It's actually, dude, I got to tell you,
Well, you can
I'm
get
happy.
a card, right? and
I got a
do it.
card. I've had a card for
Yeah.
years. This day and age, medical marijuana, smoking marijuana, a lot of people just smoke marijuana and then hide behind the medical excuse. I mean, let's just call it what
Right.
it is.
Right.
But it's highly accessible and it's awesome. It's controlled. It's potent. It's available.
Mhm.
Potent.
Yeah, very potent. A lot more potent than it used to be. People like with that story we opened up with. It's potent. You gotta be careful, dude.
Remind me to tell you about my pen story.
Okay.
'Cause that's
So yeah. I need to hear the pen story, bro.
1 second.
All right.
so. Yeah, in my opinion, to go with what you're talking about,
Oh, it died.
all of the music all of the medicine that we have comes
Yep.
from plants.
Yep. A lot of it's botanical.
All of it's botanical.
Yep.
And so to find a plant that helps people and turn it into a medicine and that's legal
Yep.
is our
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it's good.
But but cannabis pot was initially introduced as an illegal substance,
Yes.
even though it has tons of medical benefits.
Yes.
So it's probably the most medicinal herb possible.
I mean, one of
But
them.
it's looked at in the exact opposite review from all these other plants that are less effective at
Yep.
doing medical stuff.
Yeah.
So I
true.
Yep.
didn't think that this episode was going to go down this
Yeah.
route, but
Yeah.
again, for somebody who's never smoked and like I said earlier, we were talking a little bit off camera, was someone who's never actually started smoking. I went down this rabbit hole about marijuana and the early the portrayal of marijuana in the early
Yep.
1900s, right? So some of this goes back to because it became a alternative to paper,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a whole this is where the whole conspiracy
Yeah.
theories, Big Brother,
But an
kinda-
alternative to paper, what do you mean?
Hemp.
Okay,
Hemp.
right?
Oh,
Hemp.
hemp,
Hemp is
yeah.
a lot more
Gotcha.
effective.
Yeah.
In the same energy and space that you could grow a tree, you could grow like. 100
Oh yeah, well the
times hemp.
military,
paper,
all their
yeah.
uniforms
Yeah.
are made from
Yeah,
hemp.
parachutes,
Hello.
bro. Parachutes.
Right.
The
gear.
same people who decided it's illegal make all their clothes out of it.
So
What the hell is that?
So supposedly was
Democracy.
the story was the biggest owner of a tree farm that paper and all those things was William Randolph Hearst, who happened to own a lot of newspaper companies and media.
Got
Okay,
ya.
so let's follow this
Yep,
along here,
yeah.
right? So you can kind of understand why people are very, all these things about conspiracy.
So the whole
Yeah.
downward
Yep.
look on
Because he's putting
Marijuana
it,
use
he's
was-
putting it
came
in
from a
his
paper
newspapers about how bad it is,
exactly. So there was this big-
along with
this
that
is-
he didn't want to use it.
During the 1900s, this story that I read was during the 1900s. There was this big
insane.
push about how bad marijuana, Mexican drug, all
Yeah.
these things
Yep.
kind of forced to say, "Oh, this is bad, this is bad, it's bad." So it crushed hemp as a viable product for other things
Yep.
because
Yep.
you associated marijuana to hemp.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
again, a kid growing up in the 80s, that's exactly how I
Totally.
learned it was, right?
Yep.
Those
Yeah.
two things
Everybody
go,
did. Yeah.
Those two things go together, which they
Yep.
don't really, right? But
Yeah. Different
Very
purposes.
similar, but
Yeah.
Same plant.
but
Same
s-
plant comes from same place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it's just an interesting,
Yep.
how all those things. So
Simultaneously, everybody who was immigrating here they were drinkers.
Yeah. So welcome to the B3 Podcast Network.
Well, I gotta say,
brands, bands, booze, and buds. I guess.
Buds.
Buds.
We have a bud department
Yeah,
now.
there
we
you
need
go,
a CDB
Yeah,
sponsor.
Yeah. Bryce is the vice president of the bud department.
It sounds like you need to start some kind of other podcast about these kind of topics.
Chase. Sorry, you know exactly why I can't do that, right? So we're not going to go into that, but he
100%.
knows why.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Just the topics. Just the topics.
Well, you know what? I'm totally open as a part of our pod. I guess a good plug for our podcast network now, right? We talked about in the last episode here, so we're going to rebrand the Drums and Rums podcast to B3 Podcast Network. We have Riffs and Rhythms, Drums and Rums, Jams and Cocktails. Maybe we do have a podcast show about that particular item. I'd be totally okay with. I'd be cool to add another show to the podcast family.
Yeah. Well, I was always a drinker, and
still.
and I kind of looked down on pot, and somebody said something to me that kind of enlightened me, and it was like, yeah, you know what? Nobody ever came home and beat their wife after a night of smoking pot.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
It's the truth. They
And
just
I'm
come
like,
home and
that's
eat
a great
the
point.
refrigerator and
Yeah.
fall asleep on the couch. That's all that ever happens.
Some of those points are like the most.
You can't argue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, yeah, for sure.
Well, you know.
So
Well, you know, the irony of it all is, as you talked, early propaganda, putting it down for all these reasons, and now it's spun around in the modern day,
right.
and it's made a lot of positive changes in a lot of communities and has raised a lot of revenue. And it is amazing if you see some of these commercials, who's fighting for it right now, and the people they're trying to reach, especially in Florida.
Right.
You got your grandma on there.
Yep.
You got the ladies who never wanted it. Now it'll be off the streets and it's controlled and everyone's safer. Vote
Yeah.
yes. And like you can't believe that
Yeah.
Karen is selling marijuana on TV.
It's
Karen
crazy.
is
You
selling
can't
marijuana.
believe it.
That's exactly
But
what my wife says.
It's
She's like,
going down, dude.
Yeah.
When I saw it, made me so happy. I mean, as an herbivore, I've been running in the shadows, dude, for years, scared. You know, I'm still scared when I get pulled over, even though I got legal weed. I'm like, oh, dude, I got weed on me since I was a kid. So it's the
Oh, that
fact
reminds me of another story. You're gonna get a huge kick out of this. All right, so I got to tell this story.
You've got your
Go,
pen story
go,
too.
Go.
It's not my
Yeah,
pet story, but
Your stories are backing up.
This
Let's
is a
go.
good story. So I'm doing a sound system install in an Italian restaurant on Clematis Street,
Okay.
and we're waiting for a
Nice.
part, and we couldn't. There's nothing we could do, and my buddy Bob, had never been on Palm Beach Island. I'm like,
Beelzebub.
Nope,
The devil?
Yo Bob from Decibel Sound.
Okay.
And I'm like, dude, you got to check this out. It's great. So here we are. At the time, I had long hair. So here we are, two dudes in black clothes with scraggly long hair,
Sound tech outfits.
right,
100%.
driving in a
sneakers.
beat up Ford Aerostar.
Man, you guys fit the bill exactly, dude.
So we're driving slowly, looking at all these houses
In Palm
on
Beach?
Palm Beach Island.
Standing out.
Two motorcycle cops pull us over.
Oh, dude.
And Bob's losing his mind. He's like, I must have something on me. I'm like, relax. We're gonna be fine. So this
What a scene already, dude.
so
Way to paint it.
so this dude who looks exactly like Buford T. Justice
Oh, shit.
takes him a quarter of like 5 minutes to get off of his motorcycle to come up and talk to us. And he's super cool. And then all of a sudden his demeanor changes, and then he's like, "Get out of the car."
He smelled tweed.
Whoa.
He smelled it. He was cool till he smelled it.
We get out of the car. Bob's shaking like a leaf, and I'm like, "Just shut the fuck up and relax." And
Because you didn't have any as well.
about 5 minutes later,
I like how he didn't answer your question.
No, we're not
Buford-
there yet. We're not
Buford T. Justice comes back laughing his ass off.
there.
And he's like, "I'm embarrassed." And I'm like, "Oh, are you? What's up?" He's like, "Well, when I was talking to you, I noticed something that looked like grass on the floor. And I asked you to get out because he's like, you already know you're the stereotypical criminal on this island." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. But I think Bob's never seen it. I wanted to show it to him."
Dude, that's too funny.
So he's still laughing. It's like it's difficult for him to get the words out.
What?
But he's like, "You had grass on your floor."
And I thought it was weed.
And I thought it was weed. And then I noticed your Altoids container in the ashtray. So
Classic.
I opened it up,
Seen
and he's
that.
like, and he's laughing. He can't even get it out. He's laughing so hard. He's like, "You guys win the award. You're the first people to ever have Altoids in your Altoid box."
Oh my
my
bro.
God.
Legit.
Bro, how many? I've had so much weed in Altoid boxes. It's ridiculous, bro. That's like the ultimate box. Like,
Yeah.
The little tin box.
Yeah.
Had all sorts of things in there.
Hilarious.
And that's too funny.
the
So
the
where
question was the grass on the ground weed though?
No, it was just actually grass.
Hey, where was the weed?
There was no weed. Like we
Oh,
didn't even
okay.
have any. Like
Oh.
I don't even smoke weed.
His buddy
you guys
thought
hadn't been smoking weed.
Bob
driving.
probably had about a half a pound in his
Oh
pocket.
my God. Okay.
But it wasn't in the car.
All right. Well, that's cool.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, the stuff we used to do.
Yeah.
Smuggling.
So you have Altoids because your breath smells?
Yeah, it does.
Does it? Okay.
I
yeah.
thought you'd never notice.
Well, I try to be polite about it.
That's why we drink, is to kill the
Yes,
germs that
that's
cause
right,
bad
right,
breath.
that's right.
Dude.
4 to 5 dentists recommend drinking whiskey to kill the germs that cause bad breath.
So yeah. So again, this is the second episode here. We've got Bryce and Chase here from the Bryce Allen Band. Again, a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool, crazy stories already. So this, is, again, this is some good stuff here. We're hanging out here, chatting through some things. We've got a few things to cover here. Again, Kevin's sharing a little bit more than I didn't know here. I haven't heard some of these stories already, so I
good,
got
dude.
questions about my co-host here. I don't know what's.
The
the background check did not actually, was very fully.
if
thorough.
you look at me, you can tell it's not my first day. And I've done a lot of stuff. Like I've done a whole lot of stuff, and it's too much. Bryce, both of you guys probably know. Like you can't think of it unless something reminds you.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like stuff reminds me of crazy shit that I've done that I've shut it out. So
Yeah, sometimes it takes
It-
something
it-
else to ignite remembering it
you
for sure.
you intentionally downplay it in your memory until the statute of limitations comes out.
And some of the real interesting stuff, I swear you might have repressed it for a while for a reason.
Because the trauma was more than
I might have had to repress some of the stuff that I
Yeah.
find humorous in my older age.
this one time at band camp.
No, the thing that made me starting to repress stuff is I was like when I would come off of the road and be at home and have parties, people would want to hear about stories from the road, and
Yeah.
and then people would be like, "How much do you get paid to put up with all that crap?"
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
like,
"You know
I
what?
I came home with less money.
I thought it was going to be entertaining. It's just explaining to people how stupid I am. I'm not even going to think about this anymore."
So speaking,
That's too funny,
so
bro.
that's a good point. That's a good point, Chase. So you said speaking of less money, right? So we talked about the last episode here, and last week we had the Key West Rum Fest, right? Kevin and I, we were talking about coming down together, and
We were supposed to be there.
right, yeah, and and again we were chatting a little bit, and again I'm like, hey Kevin, coming down. And he's like, rum in Key West, sure, I'll come hang out and help you out and do whatever and whatever. And then it was like, yeah, I've got a gig possibly. It's like, I don't want to take you away from making some money, right? So
Okay.
it's like,
Yeah, I ended up with 3 gigs that week.
I know, yeah. So it's like, all right, so I get it, right? It's like I don't want you as much as I'd love to hang out in Key West with Kevin. Also, I'm like, yeah, you got to do what you got to do, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh man.
for sure.
We were talking about that last episode. The balance, making
Yeah.
money
Yeah,
uh,
for sure.
versus the art and the fun and the creativity
So
and the things you guys partake in that I don't.
Well,
so real
Of course not.
some of us. We all partake in something. It's just a matter of
Yeah.
what it is.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
right.
true. True.
For Kevin, it's whiskey and strippers. And some. I hear. I don't know.
I have seen a few.
I saw him
strippers
there.
one day.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. We talked about a couple episodes
I
ago.
have.
You gotta go. You gotta go to the Patreon story to hear about our after.
Actually, I felt kind of bad at Brad's bachelor party. He and I both like the same Cuban stripper. I usurped all
Oh,
of her
no.
time.
Oh
you
no.
you gotta see. You got.
It wasn't you.
Do you have a thing for Cubans?
I truly do.
That's understandable.
Yeah, no comment. Don't tell your girlfriend.
Hey, they can make the most of a lack of supply.
Hey.
Ew.
Resourceful.
Yes. So anyway, all right. So let's so again we were, again hanging out here. This episode here is, the second, we have the guys come back here and hanging out. A little bit, obviously you can tell it's a little looser. We've kind of already broke the ice in certain things, conversations, all the niceties and so forth. So one of the things we talk about is our song review here. So again, we do a song review of whether it's the riff or rhythm that makes the song.
Okay. Yes.
So I'm going to let Kevin kind of give a little preface into this while I kind of get things ready here for us to review here. So,
All right. So this this song was handpicked by me.
Nice.
We do only Florida original bands.
Even nicer.
And even though it's at the upper extremity of Florida, Jacksonville is still part of Florida.
It's in there. It's in there.
Says who?
Jacksonville is iconic in the realm of Florida music.
It is.
And the Tedeschi Trucks band lives in Jacksonville.
So cool.
Derek Trucks, of course, being one of the guitar players for the Allman Brothers. And Susan Tedeschi, having risen to fame under her own power as a great vocalist and guitarist. The two of them got together and formed the Tedeschi Trucks band. And now we're going to decide whether or not it's the riff or the rhythm that makes this song a good one.
So we're going to review a very iconic band here. So hopefully, I'm going to make it my mission to at least hound the shit out of people. That is one thing. Give a shout out to Brad Brock and Jans and Cocktails show is he's always said that I'm very fearless about reaching out to people and just tagging people, going after people to get them on the show. Whether it's, Bryce, I don't know. Again, it's I think you guys definitely could somehow be involved with Michael Fronte because I think that fits in that style, right? So so I had Michael's drummer on Manis on the show.
Oh, we love him, man. We've got to play with those guys twice. Last band,
Okay.
Be Liminal, and definitely got to hang with Monis a little bit.
Yeah. So
And you know what's another crazy connection to Michael Fronte? Weird enough, good friend and local Jupiter musician Greg Hansen relocates to L.A. and has produced Michael Fronte's newest album. And when they funny story, bro.
Yeah.
I went to go watch Michael Fronte in Abacoa because I live in the Heights.
Yes.
I was there, and it was a spiritual show. Greg was on stage, and he's ripping, and I'm like so proud of him.
Was this
dude.
like a couple of years ago?
Yeah. And it was a really good moment, and I walked up to the stage after Michael had left. I met Michael on Ron Bello on that boat cruise with Be Liminal a while ago. And it was cool to see Greg. And Greg's like, man, I used to look up to you so much, bro, in the box elder days because he was younger, and so it was really cool. But Greg, one of our own, produced the latest Fronte album. Pretty cool. Huh?
Very cool.
Pretty cool.
Nice.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt, but that's all my connection with that.
Yeah.
And I love his music. It's very
Uplifting.
It's very uplifting.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
music's the vehicle. The message is solid, and that's what's up.
You said, like I said, I've known of Michael in some of the songs, and some people's like, oh, I don't know the name, and it's like, no, you've heard the songs.
Oh, yeah.
You've heard a couple of his
He's
songs. You
great,
just may not
dude.
know who he is, or
He's so good, dude. He's
right.
so good.
And
Yeah.
we went to again. I know we're trying to review a song here real quick, and I'm just gonna quick segue is through the drums and rums. There is somebody had on the podcast who lives in the UK who makes percussion stuff. Had connected me with Manis.
Yeah.
And then I said, "Oh shit! Well, man, Michael's in the band is coming through Jupiter."
Man, that's unbelievable, dude.
And I reached, he connected, the guy. Again, I always love about like this community is everybody's connecting and sharing and connecting and this and that. And so this podcast guest connecting with the next podcast and so forth.
So cool.
So here I'm interviewing.
That's unbelievable. He has such a good energy, that guy. It's
Oh man, his
So
story. Manis' story is like,
yeah.
And so we were taping this episode up in the second floor of what's the place down there? The sports bar. Why am I drawing about Stadium Grill?
Okay.
So we're upstairs
No
taping.
way.
We're upstairs taping
There.
this episode. They gave us the whole floor. I'm taping this
Dude,
episode,
That's
and him and I, and
crazy.
I'm just talking to him like, just hearing his story about it. He came from Africa to here, and all these things. He's been with Fronte with forever,
Yep.
right?
He's a beast.
He's like, all right, we're done. Come down here. They're doing sound check. Let me show you my drum kit and all this.
How cool is this drum kit?
Sick.
How they has the electronics integrated
Yes,
with the kit.
dude.
It's unbelievable. And you heard him sing?
Yeah,
You heard
yeah.
him sing?
Well, he sends me all the time. Well, I don't know. He sends me stuff all the time that he's like, "Hey, check out this. Help me promote." Out there. So I got some stuff he sent me. So
Quality.
Yeah. So,
Quality.
but yeah. So I think again, it's really cool. Is like I think you guys fit that same thing because,
Man,
you know, I
thank
think
you.
and again, I'm not fanboying over you, Bryce, but you know, but I think I think you guys got the same energy that Fronte's
Cool, man.
got.
Yeah.
Because Fronte's
I
got
respect him a lot.
Fronte's got a lot of love and so forth.
Yeah.
And then it was like
Yep.
what fucking blew
Yep.
people's minds. We're sitting at Jumbie Bay.
Yeah.
Fronte shows up.
It went on
fucking-
again. Greg took him down there. That's it. And that's Greg's
So this was the
stomping
same
ground.
night. This is the same night.
So
right?
that was Greg's
Yeah.
stomping grounds where he used to play. So he was like, now in this current day and age, I want to take where I am now back to my roots. And he took Michael down there to play Jumbie Bay, which is we play it regularly, only as a duo, because it's a tight fit in there. I heard it was like a sardine can up in that.
it was
garage.
crazy.
Just packed. Everybody was
Yes.
raging.
Yes.
I was too old. Greg told me, Greg's like, come down. We're going on. It's going to be sick. And I'm like, I'm all old. I got to go home, bro. I'm tired.
You already
I
got
blew
done?
it. Even that epic situation.
You were playing that
I was
night?
just burnt, bro. I was just
Yeah.
so burnt. I was too beat up. I had to go home.
So just real quick, so that whole thing about Jumbie Bay here in Jupiter, Abaco. If you're familiar, local, et cetera, it's here. Our little one of our town center areas here in Jupiter is what's crazy is Jumbie has been there. That's been one of the main places that's not
Dude.
changed forever,
No,
right?
exactly. A lot of the other stuff's new. Back in the day, there was no DOS and there was no something
No.
different. There used to be a bar that a local Jupiter dude owned. Heavy local guy, great. Everyone was partying. It was called Pineapples in there, and it was a scene. You guys remember that? It was.
Oh no.
Dude, I remember.
Oh.
I think I left my car. I left my car there once for a month. That happened. Dude. That was me
Hey,
drinking, bro.
you lost
okay.
it?
That was me drinking, bro.
Yeah.
Left my car there for a month.
Dude, where's my car?
You know what's even crazier? Is I was going through some crazy times, like a divorce and stuff.
You didn't need it.
Stuff got nuts, and this
Yeah.
chick that had a crush on me, that was trying to hook up on me, take advantage of my singleness, was acting like she was helping me and gave me a ride home one night drunk, and then like held on to my keys. So I thought I lost them for like a month. But then I found them in her car again, like a month later.
Was her name Kathy Bates?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was pretty psycho, dude. My car sat there for a month, dude. I don't even know.
because you didn't have the keys
No, I didn't have the keys, and somebody was withholding them from me, being weird.
on purpose.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yeah, on
to
purpose.
get you to come
Yeah,
back.
So,
weird.
so
It
on
to
a
get you
on
to
a
come
lighter
back
note, I
over.
want to bring this up.
Weird, dude.
We all understand the mechanics of internet advertising and retargeting,
Yes.
and how when you go to certain websites, other websites will present to you the things that you've been looking at.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
So take a look at the first suggested video right here. It's how to find your dream girl from Vietnam.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And
Didn't
this
I-
is
Didn't I just mention that my dad was in Vietnam?
Yes.
don't know.
Yes.
My
That is
mom-
what we showed.
My mom does not look like that, by the way. Okay.
Whoa.
that's too
Maybe,
bad.
maybe it heard you.
Yeah, maybe it's it's
It
it's,
must have-
it's always listening.
Perhaps it heard you, or perhaps you've been searching through some things.
Hey, don't worry about my search history, okay? I'm always in incognito mode, okay?
I mean, those are just
No,
ads.
Some
yeah,
things.
I thought
That
we
looks
don't.
like-
I thought we don't judge here.
That
man.
actually looks like the
I see
Vietnamese version of
Everything
Barbie
else
Benton.
is music and news. He's just a man
Did
being
you say?
targeted.
Did you say music and boobs?
Yes.
Is this music and boobs? Yeah.
Yeah, bands, brands, and boobs.
No,
There we
but
go.
take a
Yeah.
look from a distance. That looks like the Asian Barbie Benton.
That's all AIs. Come on, leave it alone.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's
All right,
probably
anyway,
not even a
So
human.
yeah, so
That's an
so,
AI.
yeah, so shit, I don't even know how we fucking got off. We started to try to talk about a song review. And,
Yeah, we were talking about Jumbie. Actually, I can't believe I'm the one that remembers. Jumbie Bay was one of the OG spots in Abaco. That's what we're talking about. And
Yeah.
I brought us off track when I started talking about.
Yeah,
Pineapple-
Jumbie Bay,
pineapples.
right there in the corner by the amphitheater.
It's the smallest stage, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a rough one. We play as a duo. We bring way too much stuff, dude, and we jam it in the corner. And then we rock everybody out all night, and then we're trying to get out, and the DJ's coming in. The only two doors we're
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to get out. All the
It's-
college kids are raging, and you bust your ass to get home. And you're like,
But here's one. Bryce says, I remember there was a stop one time. This goes probably early 2000s. Was
Okay.
a Jumbie was there was a Girls Gone Wild bus head kind of
No way.
oh, dude,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, but I think the
Wow.
same owner. It's like a female owner or whatever. But
Yeah,
anyway, and
it's
so,
totally cool there.
yeah.
Were they all
Yeah.
from Vietnam?
I
No.
They were not Vietnamese.
Chase, I did not ask for I did not ask for passports or anything like that.
Gotcha,
So, yeah,
okay.
so I'll take their word for it. So anyway, so let's get on to our fucking topic.
He's got the Ho Chi
Yeah,
Minh bus
yeah.
coming in.
Oh Jesus! Stop it, Kevin. Yes, I'll give you a Ho Chi Minh right here. So, all right. So anyway, so go ahead and intro again. Let's try to reintroduce what we're trying to talk about here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the Tedeschi Trucks band here with a song called "Made Up Mind." It's a few years old. I think this album came out in 2013, maybe.
It said 10 years ago it was uploaded.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry,
it was just
I couldn't
AI.
do math in a moment, so
Good one.
So let's take a look.
let's do
Check
it.
it.
All right. So
Check
is it here for our guest here? We're going to review the song. Is it the riff or the rhythm that makes this song? That's it.
And it's cool to comment during the song.
It's like
right.
Mr. Sanctuary
Cool.
3000.
We're gonna play the whole thing.
And what is a track title?
Made Up Mind.
Okay.
Maybe you should start that over because it was muted. Bring it back to the beginning.
I know you wish that you could see in my window. Wishing you could pull up the blind. And I'm wearing my Romeo flowers. Just me and my made up mind.
Kevin, I feel like I'm being set up here.
Oh, this is a great song.
No, I again, you're asking me to choose if it's a riff rhythm with a trucks, Derek Trucks.
Are you? I think you like the riff. Come on now, let's listen. I like that dramatic upward movement on this bridge here, or the reverse chorus thing. Back to the riff.
All right, we've talked about this before.
Nice.
We're currently white boy bouncing. So is the riff making us bounce, or is it the rhythm?
You can't tell
A little
what ethnic bouncing I'm doing because I'm on all fours.
Yeah, we're not straight four. So, the bass and the drums are holding down a pretty basic rhythm, but it's the funky sound. I'm moving through the riff.
I think it's
Okay.
we're talking riff.
But then again, that riff's gone here.
Leaning riff.
Moving,
Well,
moving
also the sound. If it didn't have that unique sound on those keys, it's like
Chase, I thought you were on my side.
I wish.
Oh, listen to Susan sing.
We knew this part was coming.
Well, this is the guitar part.
This is where we all forget about everything. Just listen to him. Derek Trucks play lead. What were we talking about?
Awesome tone. Awesome
Matches the melody ripping.
arrangement.
He's squealing, bro.
I'm going higher.
But listen to Susan sing. The perfect combination of a vulnerable sound and a strong sound.
Licking my
Sweet
finger.
little breakdown. No guitars, bass holding it down. Right?
The rhythm, by the way.
Yep.
Here's the riff.
They redo. That's the sauce right there, bro. They hold back the sauce just so they can pour it out again, bro. It's
The arrangement is amazing.
It's great.
Always beat up all the time. Sure as the moon
Yeah.
and the stars gonna rise. I got a made up mind. Oh, I got a made up mind. Lord, it's a made up
Yeah, I don't think anybody. I don't think. Yes, I agree. I don't think anybody disputes. Wow, jeez, he's feeling it. It must be the rhythm he's feeling.
The Holy Ghost. It's the Holy Ghost of Stolock.
There's a lot of spirits going on here.
Oh, we got the Buffalo's got some friends now.
Trippy video we're seeing here.
Would have been better if we had Buffalo Trace tonight.
Oh, wouldn't that be cool? Well, the part about this video that
Ooh,
I have a question
that
about.
ending actually, by the way. I know we were
It's an unresolved ending.
yeah, that was something.
I thought it was building up to the next thing.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
It's like, ooh.
But
okay.
the part of this video that I'm wondering about, I'm not worried about it, I'm wondering, is that in the first opening photo, the buffalo had a mohawk.
I noticed that, yeah.
And then when he's running towards the train, like his hair fell out and it's back down in his eye.
Ah.
Horrible production.
So
Yeah, there's continuity error.
Uh-oh.
Are you
More consistency in the buffalo.
So are we counting? So at the end of that, like chromatic going up, all that, whatever we're calling that, are we counting those?
I would call that the chorus.
Chorus.
Yeah. I think
Are we?
chorus.
Are we those extra bars of open that empty space before the riff came back in? Are we counting that as rhythm?
Absolutely.
Because I mean it's not rhythm. It was open. It was no. If we're counting that as rhythm, that makes it tough because those little features are important. If it just kept the 4-bar, it would be more obviously the riff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's truly the arrangement that is the strength of this song.
Mm-hmm. No, I think so too. And even it's funny because it's an either or equation. But obviously the rhythm, lays it down for the riff to even live on top. So it's hard to pick which.
They bring it back and forth because it's.
Do we know we know what we call this other?
I'm getting
this other term. We call this other term though.
I got 'em made of mine.
So
Yeah.
it may be Bryce. Where you're delving into is Lefty Hathaway.
He coined a phrase.
Oh, okay. Where they meet in the middle.
He called it the rhythm.
the
Riffthum.
Interesting.
The
Nice.
riffthum, dude.
Yes.
The riffthum.
So
yeah.
Riffthum, but I mean, over the
What-
top of this riffthum
Yeah.
is the arrangement. Really, it's truly
Yeah.
the arrangement of this song because
The foundation's the arrangement, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll say this.
Yep.
The first thing that came to mind, I'm getting like Proud Mary vibes. So
Well, she's a phenomenal singer, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
so if you had to in Proud Mary, if you had to pick riff or rhythm, what would you pick? I mean, like.
Are we talking Tina Turner's version?
So that's hard because those horns, those riffs, but also the tempo change. Like,
Well, if you're gonna
it's all-
judge Proud Mary for the riff of the rhythm, you got to use the CCR version
that's fair.
without the decoration on top.
Which would make it riff.
Thank you.
That would make it riff.
Yeah.
Because
I
you
want-
got to break it down.
wanna
to
choose
to
rhythm.
the bare elements.
Even in this tune, just because I'm really feeling the riff and that's the candy for me in here, doesn't mean that the riff is really driving the song. The foundation, I agree, is the rhythm is
It's
really
tough.
the rhythm is kind of what moves this song around.
Whoa.
I mean,
kind of.
Yeah, well, it starts out
I
with
mean,
the riff.
I do favor it, but that riff,
back and
that
forth.
candy is living on top of that rhythm, and that's why it's there. And they take it. And they, it was funny. Our producer now, Brennan Duffy, he was telling us because he makes you feel not personal about your music, and he's like, dude, it's an exchange of information, and you're giving it and you're taking it. And then you make people long for it, and you give it back at the right spot. And when you start looking at things so analytically like that,
Right.
even parts that you make that you hold dear, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But when you really look at music, it's an exchange of information, dude.
Right.
Sometimes it's too much. Sometimes
Yeah,
it needs
just-
to be less.
Just
Sometimes
because
it's
you
a
designed the picture on
Yeah.
the nickel,
Yeah.
it's still just a fucking
Yeah,
nickel.
it's an exchange of information. So when we talk about this, it's really interesting because there's really some cool shit going on here, but it's all connected
Right.
in a certain way that those guys are very masterful.
So
That's tough, man.
my thing
Tough.
is, it is the arrangement overall that makes the song move. But it opens up with the riff.
yeah, it's a candy, brother. Keep dangling it.
Okay, the opening was so catchy. But if that chorus wasn't with the quarter notes and the upbeats
Now,
and
honestly, I think the chorus with its rising chord progression is just a tool to bring attention
to the riff.
to the
It's a
riff.
distraction, bro, to get right back to they drop that riff on top
You're
of that
not
dope
wrong.
rhythm, and then that's it, right?
It's a
That
setup for
bass.
the riff.
it's
It's
tough.
all a setup, man. We've been tricked.
Damn it.
brings me to my initial
That hurts.
analysis.
That
It's-
hurts as
it's
the drummer
arrangement.
squad.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
So
that riff would just live in abyss and do nothing if it wasn't.
Here's another way to look at it, possibly. Deductive reasoning. Like if you didn't have, if the drum beat was different or simpler, or if the riff was different or simpler, I think you need the riff in this song. Meaning, so
you need them both. You need them both.
no, of course you need them both.
But
in terms of like, what could you go without, and it's the same.
I could do this. I could say it took one guitar player to make the riff in this song, and 2 drummers to make the rhythm.
Didn't know. Okay.
whoa,
Okay.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Okay.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Obviously, he's dropping bombs, and I sense a little.
Yeah,
That's the whole point of the
I'm
show.
bringing the drama to this conversation.
so
Come on now.
Yeah.
So
no.
The ball has been
Well,
smacked
yes.
into your
Yeah.
court. Go on now.
Wait.
Get it back, man.
Now, Chase, no, remember now, before I walk into the buzzsaw here,
Yeah.
he's part of one of the best Allman Brothers tribute band that has 2 drummers.
Sick.
Yep.
So,
It is. It's crazy sick, yeah.
yes. So, be careful before
So
how
sick.
you walk into this buzzsaw.
Before I act like he's just like
Walking to 2 Drummersville, dude. So you're ready with this guy.
No, I was being condescending and
Yeah.
Oh, it's surprising.
being inflammatory.
Yeah, in
this
in this exercise.
Hitting the ball into your court now. Show up, drummer.
Wow. Well, you know what? If I can't show up for a show, we know exactly.
I'll
who-
say
who
this.
your guest co-host is.
I'm gonna give it to you on the riff personally because the uniqueness of it. It's unique. The Motown Proud Mary, it's great.
It's pretty straight,
perfect. It's
yeah.
perfect, but
It's,
that's
lo-
what
it's locked, but it's not too fancy.
But
right?
but honestly, to be fair,
that's what it needed.
the riff would not have the impact that it does if it was not for the rhythm underneath it.
Of course.
I think that's
So
what all comes.
so
down.
they're I mean it's arbitrary
Yeah,
because they both are freaking awesome. So
it's awesome
Riff
song.
them.
it's hard to say. Like, is it the riff? Is it the riff that drives the song? Yes, in the first 4 bars for sure.
All right.
Is it the rhythm that drives the song during the verse? No question. Is it the chorus that sets it up for the riff? No
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
How can I say that any part of the song is not awesome?
Yep.
Well, can we just start a band called Riff Them? And
Oh,
we'll
of
just
cour- of
we'll write music
course.
right in the middle, bro.
That's
and
right.
every song we'll do, it'll be 4 of us. We got percussion, drum.
We gotta start.
guitar,
We gotta see
boom.
what's out there.
Riff Them.
That's right.
Riff.
Fucking-
You heard it here
Wait.
first. You heard it here first.
What a
Perfect amount of
idea.
balance of rhythm and.
Did you guys already have that idea?
That has never been
No.
presented.
It just
before now.
Boom. Boom. Hashtag that.
Riff Them.
Holy
Trademark it.
smoly.
That's it.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Trademark
Rock
it.
on. Look,
Fucking.
Doors are slamming in the building.
Yeah, they're excited about this. All
The windows are rattling.
Yes, exactly.
right, so where are we at? Where are we at here, Bryce?
Yo.
What is it?
So I'm gonna go with the rhythm, even though I'm gonna say it again. The candy for me, and what we'll remember when I'm driving home later and I'm thinking about this track, I'll be thinking about the riff.
Okay.
But that riff is only like you could take away that riff and that song is still that song. You take away that rhythm, that song's not that song anymore. So I think it's the rhythm that's driving the song and supporting the riff. So
Okay.
although the candy's my favorite, it's the rhythm.
Okay. And this is coming from a guitar player.
Yeah, it's true. A rhythm
I know.
guitar player.
Which is crazy. Maybe this is
Go
some.
figure, bro.
Maybe this
If we had,
is.
I guess if we had Mike here, it'd be a different story.
Holy dude, Mike was
Yeah.
here to talk for an hour about theory.
All right, so Chase.
I mean, maybe this is some reverse psychology kind of shit, but I feel like I got to go riff. I mean,
Ooh,
yeah, I love Motown music and that kind of style. By the way, that kind of driving, those kind of beats. That's in here, but you're right. You're right about the chorus. It sets it up, and another thing I was imagining is like a keyboard player playing this alone.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that could work in terms of
That's a powerful piano
Yeah.
thing when you go
Yeah.
from the 1 chord to the 1 chord with the 3 in the bass to the 4 chord.
So I'm hearing that as like if a keyboard can hold it down, it's like that riff factor.
All right, all right, Lefty. There's your next song.
Yep,
So,
there it is.
all right, Kev.
I gotta go riff.
Well, of course you do.
Yeah.
No, I mean I'm in love with all of it.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And if there was an arrangement if this was the rhythms and arrangement
Yep.
podcast, I'd be all in there. But I mean, truly, the riff is the intro to the song. The riff is the culmination of the buildup of the song. It's clear that the producer likes the guitar player because he set him up.
He
to
set
be
him up for the win,
focus.
dude.
Yeah,
It's the candy,
Who's
dude.
banging who?
Yeah.
and it's freaking Derek Trucks. How the hell are you not going to
Yeah.
like a riff? Come on.
Look, I said that's why I said I think you set me up here because it was Derek Trucks, right?
I did not because
No,
look,
no,
it's
no, I know.
they're a Florida band and they're
Look,
awesome in
look,
any direction.
We're
they're
gonna
great.
look when we have Tedeschi Trucks on the couch. We're gonna interrogate them about this.
Okay.
No
Nice,
question.
Nice.
Okay. Yes.
Nice.
No
All right,
question.
So again,
We'll find out how they wrote the song.
Okay.
That's
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 fair.
that's also
Because
key.
if they wrote the song with "I got a made up mind,"
Yeah.
then we know the piano player wrote it.
Yeah.
Which is a percussion.
If it was
Based
if
on
it was
rhythm.
an
Which is
excuse to
percussion.
play the boom boom bum ba dum dum
Well,
dum
yeah.
dum dum,
yes.
if they came
Yeah.
from there, then we know it was a riff based
Okay.
thing.
Okay, that's fair.
The riff,
Right? Do you guys agree?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
a
mean,
great point.
The riff sure does make it a lot more interesting,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What's that?
Like you said, it's the candy
Yeah.
for the song.
Candy. It's
Yeah,
ear
it's-
candy.
it's-
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go rhythm because I was white boy bouncing.
Bouncing, that's a-
You can't even- he was
yeah.
bouncing.
Bouncing.
How-
I was
Bouncing.
bouncing.
Hey
and
Siri,
dancing.
what is bancing?
I was bouncing and dancing at the same time here. So
Oh my.
yeah, there you go. So
Bancing, that's when
I like it.
That's when a well-endowed girl has some of her parts a half a beat
Bancing.
behind the rest of them.
A song name for
That's
the band.
Right,
What is
what-
the band name?
yeah. Rhythms.
It's hard to say, bro. You
Riff
You
them.
can't say
Riff
that
them.
10 times. I can't say it
Riff
twice. bro.
Riff Thumbs
You have to stick your tongue out when you
hit
say
song
that.
is Bancing.
Check out our new.
It's a
hit.
bancing riffsome
Check it, you got-
song.
Check out the new hit from Rhythms.
Oh.
Bancing. Live at this
Bancing
Rachel's.
from-
Rachel,
Out of
Rachel's.
control. Derek, Susan, I'm so
Live at
sorry.
Rachel's.
We
Yeah.
should have picked a different
Yes,
song.
yes,
You guys
right.
are awesome.
Yeah, no.
So you could. So how does this work? You choose next week, or next time?
Well, we may actually. You know what? You guys are not here because we don't typically put somebody on the hot seat to watch their own review.
Oh, they're gonna
That's
do
right.
that.
So-
We're gonna do
first.
y'all's
Uh,
song next time.
So
Oh,
next
cool,
week, so
man.
again, you got some new music coming up
All
here.
right.
We're gonna release, a big
Ha.
your release party's coming up here on the
Yep.
24th.
24th. Yeah, we're
Right, yeah.
we're also at we're also headlining
Dude.
Spiny Lobster Fest at on
Oh,
Singer Island on August 10th. That's this weekend also.
Okay. All right.
Got to
Yeah.
just
Yes.
talk about that
Spiny
little nugget.
Lobster Fest.
Yeah.
Spiny Lobster Fest. What will they think of next?
Yes.
We're excited. A bunch of
Dude,
bands coming.
our songs are a pretty good exercise of this.
Yeah.
Are they?
Deciding if
The
it's the riff
riff-them.
or the
Yes,
riff.
yes.
mm.
Place in the light for sure. I start the song.
No,
It's got a like a
it'll be interesting to see what they say. I'd say that's all riff, dude. The riff is
the riff. I mean the
Damn,
riff.
dude.
The riff is
Look,
sick.
they've already
I know they're
segued
fuck-
into
yeah, I know,
end
they're-
of their own song.
All right,
They're
we'll
doing-
get there. We'll
We'll
get
get
there.
They're doing their own show now.
Big Love. What about Big Love?
It's the I don't know. I don't even know. I gotta think about it. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Dude.
Keep going.
Well, we got 3 awesome songs that we're releasing, and any of them, I think that'd be a tough.
I just like
little
to hear
competition.
people, set them up and knock them down, and
Yeah,
see what other people think.
that's funny.
It's cool. You can learn a lot. It's cool.
So,
Right
all
here.
right. So you have your event coming up in Guanabanas.
Yep, the 24th. That's our release. That's what we're focused on. Yeah.
So we will. The podcast will at least try to be there. At least some of us, all of us, or some
Sure.
form of it.
Absolutely.
Sure.
So more importantly than
Yes.
that, if someone wants to hear Bryce Allen Band music,
Yes.
how do they do that?
Well, as of right now, I only have one track out. It's a reggae version of Midnight Rider that I recorded with Wayne Jobson.
That's
back
awesome.
in
That
the
track.
day.
Yes.
And that so I had that on our website. If you go, we're on Spotify, of course, and if you go to our website, Apple Music, you'll see Bryce Allen Band Midnight Rider. However, you will see us across all platforms when this Place in the Light EP comes out, and the videos will be for Place in the Light video for a song called Big Love. those will be all over too on all the platforms, YouTube, on our channel, on our website.
So what's
media.
if someone was going to try and find you on YouTube, how would they do that?
Just go to Bryce Allen Band.
Bryce Allen Band on
You'll see
YouTube?
a lot of videos of the random last 30 years going on. But after our release, we're going to open our official page with the new videos, and it'll be like
Is
a
there a way to pre-save the song on any of the streaming
actually,
media?
right now, there's not. We're pretty old school. We're just like, hey, man, this is it. And then on the 24th, probably the morning, we're planning it just to wake up, and that sucker will hit the air, and will be everywhere. Then we'll celebrate that night. And then after that, everything will be available through the website.
Very
and-
cool.
On the 24th of August.
Yep. 8/24/24.
Coming up.
Cool.
Also that's Allen with a Y, Bryce with a
Oh,
Y,
yeah.
Allen with a Y.
I always have these band names that no one else can spell. It's interesting. Box art.
It shouldn't matter for like the
Eliminal, they
search, but-
mess that up. You know how many
So
t-
BRYCEALLYN.
Yeah, people mess
Silent
And-
7.
Yeah, yeah.
You forgot.
Yeah, there's nothing mystical about that name. You know, a lot of people like mystical band names and stuff. You know, and I was at the point in my career where I was like, Alan's my middle name. It's not my last name. My last name is Rutkowski. And when I was in trouble, my parents would be like, Bryce Allen. So, you know, I finally got my shit together. That's why I called the band that.
It's part of being incognito on the radar. So
Yeah, we'll try having
Yeah.
a name like Kevin McLaughlin.
I know, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, good
I
luck
see it.
spelling that.
I follow you all the time, and I'm always I'm trying to pronunciate your name, and now I know because I heard you say it.
Yeah, like I tell people, yeah, just go to the KevinMcLaughlinBand.com. Nobody can get there.
Nobody finds it.
Good
I
luck
follow
spelling
you.
that.
I've been following you. It was, I gotta tell you, bro. It was really nice to meet you when I came in here.
That's the
I didn't
difference
know if he
between
told me-
you and Joe Rogan.
Um,
His is easy to spell.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. But I didn't know. I
Sorry, man.
follow you and I see what you're doing and it's great. And I've seen you. I haven't seen you live yet because I'm always working too.
Right.
But it was nice to walk in here. I had a long day. I didn't recognize or realize the situation that you were going to be here tonight. So when I walked in, I knew exactly
That's
who you
funny.
were, exactly what you did, but we had never met.
No
That's-
kidding.
that's
Well, we
awesome.
did meet like 45 years
A
ago.
million years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I knew that,
Yeah.
but I had
No, you didn't know that, but
No.
because
No,
I look
remember-
totally different.
Yeah,
But you remember
but
the
I knew
situation.
when I saw you the band, it was funny because I knew that we knew each other from the past, and I had met you before, and I had seen the band, never seen the band, but you're very active and you're good at what you're doing, and so it was really nice to come out here and meet you tonight. Here.
I'm
So,
honored. Thank you, man.
thanks. I appreciate that.
shit, Bryce, why are you giving him such a? He's not going to be able to walk out of the room here. Now.
I know,
He's
dude.
not going to
I
deal with
know.
this
Well,
guy.
it gives me some justification for these
Tighten
worn-out
that.
thumbs.
Yeah. His pants just got tighter.
You should see the calluses on my thumbs. My phone can barely tell I'm touching it.
Yeah.
So funny.
But no, that's pretty cool. Again, I think this is what we're talking about. It was like, how do we communicate? How do we, other podcasts here? You guys have been on 561. Are you going to
Yep.
be also in the future here?
Yep.
We're trying to all just grow together, promote together, and so forth. It's cool that
like it.
again.
Well, yeah, we're all brothers in music, but we
Yeah.
never get to see each
No.
other because
Right.
we're all working at the same
Yeah,
time.
we're all working at the same time. It's great. It's great
Kinda
to
sucks
not be on the
in that
job
way.
and just be having coffee talk and chilling.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
priceless,
For
dude.
sure.
Yeah, like
sure.
Bryce Allen and I have known each other since like 1992, and we didn't even really know that.
Didn't even know that. We can share
That's
that.
crazy.
We could
Yeah.
share that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's great, man.
So definitely very cool. So again, so you guys got shit coming up in Guanabanas. We talked about here.
Yep.
So, but we have a few things coming up as well as what we're involved with. Is one is now that you again, we'll figure some things out. We're gonna kind of. I'm not gonna put you guys in pressure to ask you this, but we are, if it works out, is the Riffs and Rhythms Fest, right? So
R&R Fest for sure.
Hope Sound Market, November 23rd. So this is a original music festival,
Wow.
not cover stuff. We're gonna have other guests who've been on part of the show. I mean, again, it's very similar to 561 and so forth. That they do. There's
Yeah,
a,
so an outdoor music festival that features the
Yeah.
guest artists that have been
Yeah, it's
on
great.
this
And you're
show.
saying at
Yep.
Farmers Market.
that's correct.
They've all
So,
been on this
This
show,
is a
and it's all
classic
original.
moment because when I was there, and we were playing, and they're still developing the land, and I was talking to the woman that hired us. I'm drawing a blank right now. Really, really nice. She was running the show.
Beth.
And we were saying, dude,
Beth
music
totally rocks.
festival.
Music festival. Yes,
We're
we
like,
were saying that.
Music festival.
Yep.
We're looking around, multiple stages, the land, bro. It was going
Yep.
off. So it's like after all this time, I don't know if anything's happened,
At
but
least
seemingly,
two- yeah, yeah,
seemingly, this is the dude
yeah.
who's gonna make it fucking happen. Seemingly,
Yeah.
you are the first there because we looked at that, and that is a festival. I even thought about,
He wanted to do one.
bro. I even thought about mentioning it to my bro Duderman, who does all the shows at ABBA, who brought Michael here. That's a good bro of
Yeah,
mine. He was-
Duderman's been around
Bro,
for like
he-
for
we used to do shows at
ages.
his. We used to play at his club. We've been good bros. He's a good dude.
Right.
I thought maybe he was gonna jump on that, but he worked in other beautiful directions, and it is
Yeah.
such a great venue, bro. I'm excited to hear you
Prime,
guys are on
yeah.
the forefront of that.
So,
Prime.
that
so,
sounds
That's
awesome.
Yes,
Tracy.
yeah.
Tracy did that.
So-
Nice.
so Bryce,
that sounds awesome.
so Bryce, we have our $500 deposit down, so we are at least
yeah,
committed.
yeah.
But again, we could talk again.
Yeah.
Extend the offer. Again, see what it works and so forth. And
Wow.
I don't want to put you
Cool.
guys on the spot, but think about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Because again,
Yeah.
we love to kind of expand it.
Yeah,
Again,
sounds
it's
like cool. Sounds like
all
cool.
all original music. Other guests have been on. We were talking before. Earlier. We got a band who we've had on song review from Tampa. A couple.
Very
Again,
cool.
it's not just one style of music. It's different genres and so forth.
Yeah, very cool. It
No
makes
rhyme
it
or
better.
reason. Just the only commonality is that they've been on our show.
Yes.
Yep, I love
Yes,
that. No,
badass.
that's great.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's going to
cool.
be like
Great venue.
acoustic
We-
solo artists,
Yeah,
super like heavy
Yeah.
metal artists,
Yeah.
like, and everything in between.
I think it's great.
That's sick.
Yeah, great venue, man. Nice. I like those
Yeah.
thoughts. Oh, yep.
All right,
Yeah,
so-
we're going to be in the front part, right by the clover leaf.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the dry part.
I feel like you also mentioned there's something else you wanted to talk about. Another event. Is that it's farther down the road?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it farther or closer? We are talking about the potential of the
Opera House,
yeah. What is the name of the concert series?
Rising Star.
Thank you. I'm totally on top of everything.
Okay.
The Rising Star concert series is something that KMB Star Promotions is making happen, and there is a place in Arcadia, Florida, called the Historic Herd Opera House,
Wow.
and it is a super cool venue. And it's one of those downtown areas that's had to be been bypassed by modern technology, and it's like the antiquing capital of Florida, right? Like in the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
building, there's like 5, like the dudes from what's that show where they antique?
Roadshow, Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah. These guys would pay extra to just show up here. It's actually that cool.
Wow. Cool.
And that's
man.
not bull.
Mhm.
And so, like, this is there are very few opera houses still in operation in the United States.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the most southern one that actually still exists.
Wow, that's cool.
It wasn't long ago that like a quarter of the building got stripped out because of a hurricane. They literally had to build the back wall of the stage back on
Wow.
and put the
Whoa.
windows back in. The floors were almost
Original
destroyed.
floors.
This is a second floor venue, and they do have an equipment lift. It's okay.
Nice.
And so the
We
Rising
don't have
Star
that.
the Rising Star series is a concert series that we're putting on to feature Florida original music,
Yeah, I love it, bro. Like where I'm
and
from.
this venue is a totally music friendly venue, and we're looking to build it up, and it would be an honor to have the Bryce Allen Band be
Cool,
a
man.
part of the Rising Star
Cool, man.
series.
Man, well, we'll have to stay up.
Yeah.
You know, we'll have to stay up.
Well,
and
well,
make these things
let's
happen.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys would totally rock it.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Cool.
So,
Yeah.
There
Sounds
we
good.
go.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I know. Well,
Stolock whiskey is good for the personality, but it's not so good for the detail
the
memory.
yeah. It's long-term memory.
So, are there anything on this list we've got to remind the followers to stay tuned?
Well, other than that, again, Bryce, quick MVP, right? Let's close it out here. You got a quick MVP.
Well, man, it's funny. When I thought about Chase's MVP, it was like somebody that you knew at the beginning of it all.
Yeah.
This is the dark horse. Like people would be like, what? But for me, it was funny. The very beginning when I was playing music, I played music as a young kid, but it was never as cool as sports for me. All this, and I had this friend when I was surfing as a teenager from Eastham when I lived in Massachusetts. This friend Jason Feist, and I looked up to him. He was a little bit older than me, and he was the first friend I had that would like sit down and like play his guitar and be good and like take time. Like we'd come back from surfing, he'd like sit down and just practice and like really kind of showed me like you can do this. You can sit down, you get a guitar, you just you know, he made what I wanted to do tangible for me because I saw a friend doing it. You know what I mean? And I was always kind of hanging out with him when I was younger. I actually moved to California with him for a little bit and lived with him, and his whole lifestyle kind of shaped me into realizing my own capability of playing instruments. You know, because he was just a friend and he was always motivated playing music, and I always tried to like keep up with him. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
I don't even know what he's doing in this day and age. I know he was a successful surfboard shaper in Santa Barbara, California, and I think he's still doing that.
Santa Barbara.
I haven't talked to
Dude,
him in like over a
dude.
decade, but that kid inspired me so much to play music. I don't even know if he knows
Wow.
it. You know what I mean? All
That
these
is
different
awesome.
projects.
But I got to bring us
Yeah.
back to the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
you were surfing in Boston?
In Massachusetts, Cape Cod is where I'm from.
Okay.
So Massachusetts, Boston, the Cape is just the.
You were
freaking-
where on the
Yeah.
Cape? Where you,
Brewster, dude, right here.
Brewster,
Yeah.
okay.
So we surfed. We surfed there in Nauset, bro. Eastham, Wellfleet, you know, Orleans. It was
So you
cold.
surf the Cape.
Cold as balls up there, wearing full suits all the time, freezing, ice cream headaches, getting pounded. But then I moved to Florida in like '87 and started surfing this warm tropical water.
Oh my
It was
God, dude.
nice.
This is
Yeah.
why he went to
Stay here.
heathenism, because he didn't
Yep.
have to wear a, you
That's
know.
right. A freaking.
Yeah,
Nice.
when you're in
Park up.
Jamaica,
Yeah.
there's no
The
shrinkage.
tropics took me over, but yeah, the truth is I'm a northern boy.
And he still wore his pants.
That's right. That's right. You would too. Trust me.
Yeah.
Full wetsuit. Full wetsuit.
Oh my God, dude.
I totally believe you. Like, I can't compete with
Wetsuit in Jamaica.
that. I can't compete with like guys who are
So,
tripping
Hey,
over.
if
it.
anybody jumped in on this episode, they're not gonna know what that means.
No, for
That's
sure.
right.
Yeah,
Or
so
was that the
this-
beginning of this?
You gotta no, you gotta listen to last week.
That's right. You got to
Yeah,
listen to
no.
both of them. This is a combo.
Yeah, yeah.
BOGO.
Definitely.
So, Bryce, real quick. So, when was that? When was this? How old were you?
When exactly what?
With your buddy here?
So dude, I was probably 12, 13, 14,
Okay,
15.
yeah. So
You know what I
this-
mean?
So this is up there.
This is Massachusetts. Yep.
Okay.
And then that led from Massachusetts into California, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
But I only stayed out in California for a little bit. I came back to Florida.
So I think like what Chase talked about last week about recognizing drum teachers and
Yeah.
people that kind of get you into your things.
people that inspire you.
and
So you're
someti-
OG inspirer.
yeah. So sometimes
Childhood friend.
people don't to your point. It's like he's maybe somebody he doesn't realize
Yeah.
puts you down this path.
Yeah.
True.
I don't think so. I
True.
don't think so. We don't even talk anymore, really, and
Yeah.
it's nothing personal. It's just we
Yeah.
just
It
grew
just
different
yeah.
directions.
Right.
But there's no doubt that kid like got me stoked. You know what I
Hell
mean? Got
yeah.
me stoked, and I'm still stoked because of
Yeah.
it. You know.
Very
Same.
so cool.
I don't keep up with Todd, my drum teacher. I mentioned last episode.
Yeah.
Don't keep up with him really that much now, but it's 100% good spirits and love, and like
Yeah.
that's just life.
Yeah,
But
Todd is the bomb.
yeah, it's not a matter of you fell out. It's just life
Yeah.
happens, and
Yeah, yeah.
still he was your inspiration. And
Yeah.
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 Very cool. Foot girl. All
Yeah,
right.
man.
This is a cool episode, man.
Yeah, no
This
doubt.
is
Nice.
Thanks, y'all.
this is exactly
Thank you
why
guys.
we do what we do, right? So we will find out if you guys are going to be part of the Herd Music Opera Festival or
No, you
Rising
will
Star.
be a part of
That's
the,
right, man. Let's
of
talk
the
about
Rising
it.
Star series.
Yeah,
It's just a
bro.
matter
Yes.
of scheduling. We'll make
Yeah.
it work.
Right.
I'll
We'll
make it
figure it
work.
out, right?
Yeah, man.
And also possibly the Rhythms Festival in Hope Sound Market there. That'd be
Yep.
great. to
Yeah.
be-
That's
Yeah.
idea has me all fired up. That's a good
Right,
one.
so we'll like I said, we'll figure out details. Hopefully, all those things. This is a really cool. Is this exactly how he expected tonight was going to go? He's going to
Never
say,
know
of
what to
course it
think,
was.
bro. You never
What's the correct answer? I thought it was going to be great, but well, to be totally honest, I knew it was going to be good, but it was way better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
awesome.
Cool.
Well, I had a blast, man. Thank
Yeah,
you so much,
yeah.
guys.
So
Awesome,
very
man.
cool. So all right. So again,
to
it was,
you guys too.
Yeah, no, yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so again, like it's six degrees of separation. I think Bryce
Yep.
said last episode
Yep.
was, because when I stopped by, I saw you guys recently at Guanabanas. Right, Mike was playing with you guys. He was a 3-piece,
Mhm,
Yep.
yeah.
and I said, it's like, oh yeah, Mike. I said, and I told you originally, it was like,
Yep.
it's like, well, Mike was one of my kids' music teacher was
Yeah.
teaching guitar.
Yep.
I wish he was still playing, but Mike was there with Justin and the live music community
Yep.
back when he was Chasewood, up here in Indiantown, and like I said, I go way back, right? And with Justin and those guys, and then Kaz, sorry, Yaz,
Yaz,
and,
yeah.
yep. So so it's really cool.
That's
it's like
cool, man.
again,
That's
it's music,
great.
right? So
Circle, dude. Yeah, man.
very cool, very cool. So,
And crazy getting to a chance to talk to the singer who gave me his little art tube preamp.
Yeah, good one. Way to go down memory lane right there. That's a good one, bro. The art. I remember.
Back
that
when we
thing.
were both kids back
Yeah,
then.
yeah, young, bro. Young.
Yeah,
No, you're always been fucking old. What are you talking about, kids?
Too
Speak for
funny.
yourself. Who just had his 50th birthday?
Yeah, thank you. Well, yeah, I know you're
5-0.
older, older than me. So again, guys, thanks for coming on here.
And
So
thanks
yeah.
for having
this
us
is
so much.
an awesome
Good
episode.
vibes.
Again, this
yeah.
For sure.
this is like I said, this has been our part of the concept is a bit of a hang, right? It's like what happens at the band practice, right? You have maybe you talk shit about each other. You kind of it's a camaraderie thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
You share certain things together,
For
right?
sure.
Right.
Yeah,
And again,
no doubt.
Bryce and you, right? Well, y'all three, everybody knows
Yeah.
is finding the right people to gel with you that you are
Yep.
cool with you and connect with.
It's important.
You know, maybe they're not the Steve Vai,
Sure.
but you know what? You know, they connect with you. You kind of
Don't
gel.
matter.
They're not assholes.
Yeah,
They're not-
chemistry is more important than skill.
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Hell
for
yeah.
sure. So I mean, I
Yeah.
really appreciate. Yeah, this is
100%. Chemistry is more important than skill. I was like, thinking. Sorry, I had to
yeah.
answer my son.
No,
real
yeah,
quick.
yeah.
Chemistry more important than skill, dude. You can be so skilled and not jive and not get to the nectar, bro. And you got to get to the nectar by someone you can communicate with. You know, I'm a believer. Two half-talented people can get together and make greater things sometimes than more talented people. It's just all about that
Yep.
communication and ego.
Yeah,
You know, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
dude,
Good
this
one.
is awesome.
Right
Yeah.
on.
I really like what we do every on our shows.
You
every
really,
time.
and now we got super cool glasses
I
to
know,
throw in.
Yeah, moving
We're
on
so
up, dude.
fancy,
Moving
you know.
on up, bros.
Yeah.
Those are gonna be
Nice.
smashed
Yeah,
in no
so-
time.
Let's see how long they make it.
Thanks for your confidence, you Chase. So again, thanks for tuning in here tonight. There. So again, check out the Bryce Allen Band
Check in on them.
album release, song release, and stuff here.
Yep.
Guanabanas coming up on August 24th.
Yep.
There. So again, I think it's great. You doing any taping there as well too, or
No, we're just gonna let the video rip on a big screen, play all the songs a couple times, and probably do like an hour live performance after just the party.
that's awesome. Yeah.
We'll have a whole new.
Oh,
bunch
so
of
you're actually
t-shirts.
debuting the videos.
Yeah, we're gonna show the video, just one of the videos, not two, I think.
And
one
play the
video,
other
3
songs.
songs. We got a bunch of merchandise.
And then
now,
we're gonna play.
So,
yeah, and we're gonna
so-
play.
oh, that's whack.
So yeah, we should have fun.
So
you know?
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We're playing, right?
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is we're always like
Am I
sound
booked?
check,
Am I
freaking
booked
playing. We
that
don't
day?
talk to anybody, but now we're gonna hang out for like a bunch with everybody, just party and then go. play.
Yeah.
So we're
Cool.
excited about.
Yeah, you
Oh.
better get your merch in line.
We
for
got it,
that.
bro. It's gonna be here. It's on the way, dude.
So what's the date of that? Hopefully, I don't have a
August 24th.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Saturday's right. Saturday.
I'll be amazed if you're not working, Kevin. Because I know I always am, bro. On Saturday.
It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I've got a daytime show, so
Nice,
Oh.
nice. Now that's doable.
I'm playing the Hope Sound Farmers Market.
Oh, speak of the devil.
Hey.
Speak of the devil. Nice, man.
Sick.
Cool guys.
We got to go to Guanabanas.
Yeah, that's it, man. It's a
Correct.
spot.
Correct pronunciation
spot.
of the fruit. Delicious
Yep.
fruit.
Yep.
Well,
Jerry,
Guanabana.
we just-
Phenomena.
Anyway, so yeah,
All
so
right, friends.
Guanabanas.
yeah, let's wrap this motherfucker up. So again, here,
Yes. Again, to bring us back to the beginning, I am the Kevin McLaughlin. And this is the Riffs and
Rhythms Podcast. I'm Paul Robertson.
congratulations for surviving this episode. We barely did ourselves.
Yes.
We can't wait until you subscribe and click the bell and come and see us next time.
Cheers, guys.